I'm 12 and I just bought my first car.
What are we gonna do with this thing?
Baja.
Baja? Is that like a joke? Like Baja ha ha, that's funny? Or?
Baja bug.
Baja bug. Oh, okay, okay. Nathan, this is your first car, buddy, with your own money. Go check it out.
Yeah, you just push it right there.
Usually that's all it takes. There we go.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad.
Like you said, it's perfect for a Baja.
That it is.
And that's what we're gonna do. Although at this point, the older I get, the more and more I hate cutting up old cars. All right, Nate, we're all loaded up. Ready to go home with your first car. You ready?
Yep.
You excited?
Yeah.
What you doing, Nate?
Taking out the seats.
Came with some Can-Am seats.
Comfortable.
Let's see what we can't figure out. Seeing as the biggest issue right now is that door won't open. The pull rod's been pulled out, and we got all this junk in the way. We're gonna get some of this stuff cleaned out, figure out what's going on. And if you have the stock seat springs and whatnot, so this was original blue basket weave car. So there's this little tension spring right here that has to be pushed down that holds the seat from sliding all the way forward. Once it's past that, we can beat the seat out. Back up. All right, since this door hasn't opened as long as this guy has owned this car, which he said it's been 30 years, I can't get this door open. So right now I'm trying to get as much stuff out of the way so I can access this lock mechanism and hopefully figure out what the heck happened. But as it sits right now, this door is just stuck closed. Not fun. Hopefully I can figure it out without completely destroying the door. Try and get the seat out so we can have a little bit more room to work on the door. And the seat is just like the passenger seat. It's got the little spring clip at the bottom, but it's a pain in the butt because it's on the inside of the tunnel in this one. What'd you do, Nathan?
I opened the door
How'd you do it?
by pushing this JBugs screwdriver up into the latch, and it popped out.
I tried doing the same thing for a good 10 minutes and I couldn't get it to budge, but my son does it in like 30 seconds. 2 seats out, a little bit of dirt to clean out, and then we can work on maybe getting rid of some of this headliner that is really sagged. And then we'll pull out the rear seats and work on cleaning this thing up. And put him to work on his own car, right?
Old cap of some
Old
sort.
bottle cap, yep. So get all this junk out of there. Pick it up and throw it away. Just unbolt it. All right. I'll jump in the back and grab those while you're at it, or you want to grab those too?
Can we get this one? Hey, it's a lighter. I wonder if it still works.
Sometimes you gotta get the big dog. There we go. Ah, it's a double wide too. Sweet. I remember that. Ah, I just dropped that bolt back in the tunnel. All right.
What's all this trash doing in my bug?
I don't know. And then I got to work on the steering column because currently we don't have a key. So the steering column is locked. So they just unbolted it from the body. So you could just twist the entire column, which works but is not ideal. So we'll get all that back in place. We'll pull out the lock cylinder and that way we can disconnect the steering lock assembly. Yeah, it's just a little bit of dirt. That's the second bucket.
Well, I see a speaker back there too.
Oh, there's a speaker there, huh? Well, that's cool.
Because Jet spotted that. I'm like, no, it's the speedometer. And then I looked at it closer. I'm like, oh.
It's a Speedo. You driving, dude?
Yeah.
All right, just say so.
I mean, it should be sitting like up here, but...
You know, whatever. We'll get there. Don't need that. It's kind of crunchy, but ugh. Still have the original, some of the original insulation up against the roof. And this is gonna be kind of what I'm thinking for the headliner eventually, but we'll get there. Basically just do it in speaker felt. That way it looks finished, but you still get some sound deadening if you just do it in speaker felt. So that's probably what we'll do for a headliner. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work for you.
Yeah, just something simple and more clean than this for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Nathan, to make sure we can steer this thing, and we ain't got a key and the steering column is locked, we've got to pull off the steering wheel. You get it?
Yep.
All right. All right, now the fun part's trying to pull off the steering wheel. Sometimes it's easier said than done.
Just wiggle it off.
All right, tap on the back side. Not on my hands.
Want you to hop on the other side to get the other?
No. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, rock it off, buddy.
Gosh, I was not expecting that.
That's why you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Don't play around. You throw it in there. Look at your magnetic tray. Where'd it go?
Thank you.
All right, grab a hold of the wiper switch and the turn signal switch, rock them both out. Note that all the wiring at the bottom is already disconnected. Rock them out, just the switches. Rock them.
Oh, like that.
Gently. Okay, the turn signal switch is out.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go.
Take those 4 screws, screw them back into the column.
Oh yeah. What about this?
Trash. The easiest way to not lose things, put them back where they belong.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there we go.
Screw them in so they don't stick out past the end, so you don't bump into them and bend them.
Oh yeah. And then I'm guessing take out those 2 bigger screws.
What's that?
Don't dent my roof, please.
Don't dent the roof. Oh no. Pull that cover off. Yep.
Of course.
So if we look inside this assembly, there's a teeny tiny hole right there. We press that hole to release the spring, and that pulls out our lock cylinder.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like so.
Yeah.
Nathan, you want to grab the new one?
Okay. We're gonna pull that out or something. Looks a little bit dirty in there.
It's fine, dude. We're just trying to get the steering column unlocked, not to restore the car today. And we'll compare our new switch to our old switch. Hopefully everything is close enough. We've got this groove here. That lock set there. That lines up. Looks like we should be good to go. All right, and make sure our spring is lined up.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, now
Yeah, look at that.
Now we've got a key.
Yay. So now I do have a key for my bug.
Yep. And where's the steering wheel?
Oh, yeah. Might need the other bits though. First.
No, they're broken. I don't care about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a Sarah bug. That's
There we go. Now we can turn our steering wheel without turning the entire column.
Are we just going to put it back in just because?
Well, we know our turn signal switch doesn't work. It looks like it may have been replaced at some point anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But we will keep the wiper switch for now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just throw them in the bin. We'll use them when that time comes. All right, put that cover plate back on.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Even though it's broken,
Oh, yeah.
it still holds that lock assembly in place.
Looks like somebody came at it with like a hammer or something.
Yep, somebody tried to steal this car at some point.
That's sad. Don't hammer Volkswagen. That's not kind.
Might use the back side of the magnet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, huh?
But there you go. You got it.
Yep. It should be good enough.
All right, grab your steering wheel and your washer and your nut. You can tighten those nuts underneath the steering column too. But
just got to make sure that's center too. You know?
well, you can't do that until you start it.
Yeah.
Because right now you're turning to the left.
Oh.
Just put it on and turn it. You're not going to be able to turn it without. So put it on, turn it right, keep turning right, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
There you go. Back to the left a little bit, right there. Right, pull it off. That's the other way. Turn it around, straighten her out, slide it back in, washer, and then put the nut on loosely. It's fine, just put the washer on. We ain't going for a drive tomorrow.
That's true. The engine might not even start tomorrow.
The engine ain't even going to probably turn freely tomorrow.
Are we going to try to put some stuff in it tonight, or?
We could do. Don't worry about tightening it, just get it hand started.
I can't really hand start it, so.
You can try that, but it's not going to work. Probably not sticking out far enough. You got it? It shows you what I know. Obviously, you can get a door open quicker than I can. It's fine, it doesn't have to be tight, dude.
Okay, I'll just...
Tighten the nuts underneath the steering column, though. The ones you found earlier today. All right.
Don't think it moved at all. I mean,
Much
now,
more solid now.
at least I can turn my bug now.
Yeah, I wonder if they dented the steering column or something rather. That's why it's scraping, but whatever. One thing at a time. All right. Now our wheels can turn without turning the entire steering column. Is that better?
Yep, and we also got the key.
Just leave it in there.
Yeah.
No point in taking it out.
That's true.
All right, where's the flashlight? I want to show everybody what we're going to be dealing with. See, that's what we're looking at as far as the condition of this engine. I can't even see the head nuts hardly, and there is so much carbon buildup in there, it is absolutely ridiculous. There's no rocker assemblies, there's no push rods, and, well, actually, I don't know if you guys can see in there as well, but try and give you a shot down the lifter bores, but that's the 1-2 cylinder head. Looks like they tried to take the heater boxes off at some point. Exhaust is still kind of bolted on. Do I have hopes that this engine's gonna unlock and spin? I mean, I hope, but I ain't gonna bet on it.
No carburetor.
Here's our engine. It's an engine. At least at some point when they pulled the carburetor off, they put a plastic bag over the intake manifold. Not that I have any hope that they actually kept water out. They took the fuel pump.
Looks a little bit dirty under there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks nasty in there. There's a whole ton of junk in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Yep. Oh, look at that. They got an oil temp dipstick.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty fancy. A VDO oil temp dipstick. You don't see these very often.
Wait, is there actually oil in that?
Something in there, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's not spinning. At least right now it isn't.
Go grab
I think it needs
a
some
go grab a wrench.
WD-40. Okay.
Does it even have spark plugs in it? No spark plug.
That's not good.
No spark plug. No, I've got no hope.
No.
Yeah, I have little to no hope that this thing's actually going to free up. But honestly, I think we're just better off pulling the engine, tearing it down to the case, and seeing
What we can do.
what we can do. Because yeah, these pistons and cylinders are probably locked in place. With all that junk in the intake manifold, there is just, even if we did get the engine freed up, we'd still have to pull off the intake manifold, still have to pull off the cylinder heads most likely, still have to pull off the pistons and cylinders. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting teardown on this engine, but we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully we can get something in there. Because I want to see this engine run again.
This engine's going to need a new top end, bare minimum, and maybe a complete rebuild at the maximum. But time will tell. This cylinder head is no different. There's no spark plugs on this side. Is there any spark plugs on this side? No, there's some rat's nest of some sort. Yeah, I think tomorrow.
Can we pull the engine?
I don't know if I have a big enough jack here. Grandpa's got a bigger jack, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Well, like 3 ton, I think.
Well, I just need something to lift super high. After taking a quick look at the engine, we're going to have to drop it. There's no point in even trying to get it freed up. I was hoping that if there was at least spark plugs in the heads to keep water and moisture out of the cylinders, we would have been able to possibly get the cylinders broken free and hopefully get the engine spinning. But at this point, there's no point. The intake manifold's full of a bunch of debris and junk. Again, the spark plugs are out of the heads. The engine's just locked up solid, so if we have a chance tomorrow, the 17th, December 17th, we're gonna go through and drop the engine, and then we'll, if we have time and it's not too cold, we're gonna roll the car out and give it its first bath in probably 30 years. Sound good?
Yeah. Today we are going to be taking out the engine.
Yeah. It's Sunday, December 17th. Now that we've got the car cleaned out, we're gonna get to converting this thing into a Baja. The first thing in the way and the first issue we're gonna have to deal with is this engine's locked up. So, well, we're gonna pull it out and we'll get to working on disassembling it, see if we can't get it freed up. But while the engine's out, or once the engine's out rather, we're going to clean up the car, and that's like a pressure washer, clean up the car. Yeah. We're gonna give it a nice good bath, and then we're gonna get to work cutting off the back end to give us some more room to Baja. And since we're going to go with a Baja bug, one of the first things we're going to do is pull off
rear deck lid.
Rear deck lid. Doesn't need to be here. So we're going to pull this off, get it out of the way, and we're going to get to it. There we go. And bring her on out. That rock. Don't need that.
Weight reduction.
Weight reduction.
Now that we got the rear deck lid out,
we can get to the starter bolt.
Yeah.
Right there. And then we can jack up the car and get to the back stuff. You see it? There's a 17mm nut inside there.
Right here? This one?
There's only one 17mm in there, so yeah.
Well, that means that it's working because it fits.
I don't think they unbolted that already.
There we go. Got it.
Got it? Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got to jack up the back end, put it up on jack stands. So, all right, so we've got to get, or you've got to get that one there, and that one there. And then the fun one is the one that's up there. But start with those two.
That's better.
All right, got it?
Yeah.
Good job. All right.
And then on to the second one. I might potentially be able to get it with ratchet now, potentially.
Maybe.
No. Let's see. Got it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go put it with
all right.
the other one.
Now we got to get to the one up top.
Oh yeah, gosh, that's warm.
That's what you got to get off.
Okay. Now you hold the flashlight for once. I think that's good.
All right, that's that. Sometimes Dad has to do it.
Yeah, my arms are too short to reach up there.
All right. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, really fun.
All right, well, this is what happens when you hit photo instead of video. You missed your son pulling off his bumper. We've got everything pulled out, cleaned up. I don't know when my camera overheated during the time lapse, but now that we're all done cleaning the car inside and out, all of the interior all pressure washed out. Everything's drained down to the floors, under the dash, everything else. What's up, Nate?
So,
yeah, we've got most of it stripped out, cleaned out. We have a lot of padding and insulation and everything else to finish scraping, but we'll get there. How you liking it?
it's looking a lot cleaner now, that's for sure.
You like that wheel?
Yeah, it's pretty darn cool, but we got a cool one from Kyle.
Let this thing dry out inside the trunk, all cleaned out.
We gonna swap out the fenders today, or?
I guess we can start removing fenders, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the tool. Start unbolting them fenders, buddy. Nathan, what have you got?
A fender.
All right, sweet. Go throw it in the backyard.
For Kyle.
For Kyle. At this point, I guess we can unbolt the front fenders and we can pull off the hood. Might as well. It's 4 bolts. It's easy to get to.
Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna put the camera down while I pull this out of the way. All right, that was a pretty good day of work, Nathan.
Pulled the engine, removed front and rear fenders, put the front fenders back there, washed the car, got rid of the hood and the
Deck lid.
deck lid.
I'd say about 7 steps closer to becoming a Baja. Obviously, this front end has a lot of damage from basically here forward. Oddly enough, similar to the 74, you can't see it because it's not rusted, but there is a nice big crease right here as well. Could it be pulled out? Yeah, but guess what? Baja. Well, we're probably gonna leave most of this in place.
Yeah.
I don't wanna cut anything up front until we have the one-piece front end. So at which point, then we'll figure out what we're gonna cut out. On the rear, I know exactly where I'm gonna cut it. I just have to grab all my cordless tools from work and bring those back home because I don't like using power tools with wires and air hoses attached. It's so much easier that they've got cordless stuff. You don't understand how easy you have it now, buddy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have no power tools when I was your age working on Volkswagens. I did it all with hand tools. What are you doing now?
Taking off the hose.
All right, well, good luck with that.
One step closer to Baja.
All right, weight reduction.
Almost
You
got
missed.
it. I hit it
Because weight reduction. We're gonna continue tearing down everything out of the front of the car, all the wiring, you know, we're just gonna get rid of all this stuff up here just so that we can go through and do a better job of cleaning, better than we did today. Pull out all the defrost hoses, we'll rinse out the heater channels, disconnect the heater ducts underneath the rear seat and flush those things out from inside out. This car is gonna get a thorough bath of Seal to take care of any of the surface rust, etc. The biggest thing I'm waiting on right now is a one-piece front end. The front fenders, believe it or not, you can turn them around and you can take this front right and put it on the rear left and trim that down into the shape of a Baja bug fender. And that'll be next week, probably starting on his birthday. If he wants to work on the Baja bug for his birthday, that's his choice, but it's his birthday, so we'll figure out what he wants to do from there. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, but Nathan, how do you feel about your first car?
It's gone pretty darn good so far.
Anything you'd do different at this point, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's all gone pretty darn well. Not really anything wrong with it.
Yeah. With that, we're gonna wrap it up. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna try to keep these things coming out relatively regularly as both time and budget allow. Oh, also, we're gonna get this engine up on a stand and start tearing it down and see what's wrong with that. See if that thing's even feasible to get it running in its current state, or if it's gotta be fully disassembled and gone through and rebuilt. At which point, we'll probably do it into something a little bit more stout than a 1600.
Yeah, like a
2180, high fives. So on that note, we'll catch you in the next video, and life's full of good people. If you can't find one,
B1.
later guys.